Welcome to my Reiki 1 course. Thank you for joining me on my journey. I want to welcome you to my energy healing course. I am still building my course, so you may see changes and updates from time to time. I will be making these changes and improving the course based on new things I've learned and other courses I have taken. In this course, you will learn the introduction to Reiki, you will have your attunements, you will learn hand positions, and then we'll talk about what you can do with Reiki after your course is completed. A little bit about me. My name is Dawn Parker. I'm a mother, an artist, a writer, a Reiki teacher, a meditation teacher, a student, a life coach, hypnotherapist, and a healer. Although none of these things define me as a person and are actually services that I offer or roles I have played in my life. I went through a lot of identity issues and I worked through them all as I went on my path. And I learned to figure out that these things were what I do and not who I am. I currently live in North Carolina. I have one son who lives in Sweden. He is now in his 30s at the time I am writing this. I have two cattle dog mixes, two cats, and a flock of chickens that all currently reside with me. I am just shy of getting my bachelor's degree in psychology. I currently work from home in customer service as I start my journey into teaching energy work. How did I get here? I've always been into what would be considered witchy type things. I bought my first tarot deck in the 80s in high school, back when everybody said you had to be gifted one. So I had my sister, gave my sister the money, she bought it for me and gifted it to me. And now I know that's a myth, so now I buy all of my own. If anybody else is into tarot, you know how you can collect them. Really, though, my journey started in the 70s, growing up with Disney's Witch Mountain series of movies. They also had an obscure two-part TV movie called Shadow of Fear with Ike, and I'm going to butcher his last name, Eisenman. This was about a boy who had a strong connection with animals. And after his father died, he went to visit his Amish uncle and was taught how to telepathically connect with animals, especially a white wolf. It talked pretty much about astral projection in some ways because I remember being little and that's when I started to be able to astral travel even though I didn't know what it was. Disney used to have a really lot of good movies of this type on the Wonderful World. It's Disney's. I think they used to come on every Sunday night. There's another one that you can actually find on YouTube called Child of Glass that also has tarot cards and crystal balls and ghosts and things. It was really good. In the mid to late 90s, I had a past life reading done. The woman who gave it picked up a lot of information on my son because he was younger. In addition to past life information, we were given what would become a prophecy of sorts. We were to become holistic healers. We were told when he was in his 20s, there wouldn't be doctors like there are now, and holistic healers would be needed. When he was in his late 20s, the pandemic hit. And now, midway through the 2020s, we're finding out that there are, in fact, doctor shortages. And by the mid 30s, this could become critical. Now, from what I've researched, this is a combination of doctors burning out after COVID, insurance companies taking over doctor practices, and a lot of people just aren't going to school for it anymore. I had meant to take courses in the 90s, but as life does, it took me on a different path, and I didn't find myself back on this one until sometime after 2010. I still didn't even get started until 2017, and I finally finished up at the beginning of 2024. Although learning energy work isn't a quick fix, but a lifelong journey that I am continuing on and sharing as I learn more modalities. With it getting harder to see a doctor due to long wait times, doctors can also no longer take the time to listen to people to hear what is going on and help them be able to heal themselves. They instead must answer to insurance companies and get people out quickly, provide a pill maybe that may or may not help, or you may need to take additional pills to counteract that one. And I am not blaming anything on trained medical professionals. I just feel it's a broken system. I am not saying energy work or holistic medicine will or should replace modern medicine. I believe a blend of allopathic and homeopathic medicine would be the most beneficial for people. A homeopathic healer can take the time to fill in the gaps an allopathic healer just can't fill because of constraints with time and insurance requirements. As you learn and bring this work out to the world through your unique modalities, remember that this training does not certify you as a doctor. And you're going to hear me say this on and on through all three courses. We never diagnose, prescribe, nor terminate medication or therapy with this work. We also never claim that we will be able to heal anything or everything. And if you see somebody who says doing this will heal everything, run the other way. What should you expect? I will be teaching meditation, breath work, chakra work, yoga, but not yoga in the sense of downward dog. It's yoga breath work. That's going to be coinciding with breath work and the chakras, meditation, and chanting. This is going to help you to develop your intuition. I'm going to bring in some shamanic work, Reiki, of course, and more as I walk my path and learn more things. The courses are currently being kept in Facebook groups for you to go back to and review them. There will be a group for each level as you advance. The courses will be live via Microsoft Teams. We'll have a meeting there. So you can receive your attunements and ask questions as we cover the content together. I'm trying to keep the courses small to about 2 to 4 people in each class, just for the sake of time. Why meditation? I feel meditation work is important because it helps you to gain focus and develop your intuition. And it is the basis of all spiritual work. Every book I've read, every single one says start with meditation. Every witchy book, every mediumship book, shamanic book, every single one says meditate. Especially as someone with anxiety, racing thoughts, and ADHD, I have found meditation has helped me learn how to control my thoughts and focus better. The meditations will include chakra work, yoga nidra, astral projection. I now do hypnotherapy, so that will be part of meditations that we will do. And you will work with your Akashic records and cord cutting. I feel working on these things will help you heal yourself and allow your personal energy to become different. Hold on. Sorry. I feel working on these things will help you heal yourself and allow your personal energy to begin to vibrate at a different level. Apparently, I can't read today. I'm leaving it in there because I'm trying to work on perfectionism. So, yeah, but that is why we're doing meditation. Why breath work and yoga? We begin our life's journey when we take our first breath and we end it when we take our last breath. I feel breath work is very important. Most of us have forgotten how to breathe or spend most of our time shallow breathing. And then we must have a huge sigh to get a big oxygen boost because we may have forgotten to breathe for a moment. Breath work is very relaxing and aids with self healing and meditation. Yoga involves breath work, it is not just movement, it's different ways we breathe. I will be doing some yoga movements around the chakras also, but I will keep things easy so that most people will be able to do the work from any level of understanding. And those will be later courses. They're not doing that in Reiki 1. Breathwork, meditation, and yoga can help us release stored energy that may have been stuck for a long time. These forms of self inquiry help us to act kindly and see more clearly. Yoga also means to yoke or to unify. It helps us to integrate the mind, body, and spirit and to bring parts of ourselves and our entire being back into harmony. The body, mind, and spirit form an integrated whole, with each aspect influencing the others. Why chakras? Everything is energy, and sometimes we will have a life experience that causes our energy to become stuck somewhere in our body. Chakras are our energy bases. Most people focus on the seven main chakras, but there are many more than that. We will begin with the seven main chakras and move into additional chakras as things progress in later classes. Chakras are a big part of energy work and Reiki healing. I feel it is important to have some knowledge of them and to clear your energy before doing Reiki work on others. I will also be focusing on other types of energy in our body as we navigate the courses and get into the higher levels of energy work. I hope you enjoy working with me as you learn about energy healing and other ways to help heal yourself and others. If you haven't already, please join my Facebook group portal. That is where I keep a lot of free classes. In case you're really, really a beginner, there's a lot of stuff in there that you can get that will be helpful on your journey.